Hey guys, 22 Plinkster here. Finally, a review on the long anticipated Volquartsen Summit. Volquartsen sent me this rifle several months ago to try out, and if you live in the South, you know what kind of crazy winter we've been having. It's either raining or there's been 15-20 mile an hour winds, and shooting a precision rimfire rifle in those conditions will not show what this rifle is capable of doing. But Volquartsen introduced the Summit back around SHOT Show of 2018. And let me tell you what, it's different, but it's not actually too different. This design to you rimfire rats may look familiar. Volquartsen started making the Summit, but before Volquartsen started making the Summit, there was the PWS T3 Summit. And they stopped making those rifles a little while ago, and they want to pretty much focus on centerfire. So Volquartsen started making this Summit. If you're unfamiliar about what exactly the Summit is, it's a push-pull. So it's designed to work the action with just one finger, which is quicker than a bolt action, but of course it's not as quick as a semi-automatic. It works on a toggle action, and it's very, very easy to manipulate the action on the rifle with just one finger. Now the benefits of this is quite simple. You get the accuracy of a bolt action rifle, but you get all the customization of a Ruger 1022. And that's right. It's basically a Ruger 1022 receiver with this toggle bolt system. Ruger 1022 stock will fit on it, Ruger 1022 trigger, Ruger 1022 barrel, everything will fit, even the magazine. So it's basically a Ruger 1022, but with a push-pull bolt action design. Now the Volquartsen Summit here has a Picatinny rail right on top, but the cool thing about this rail, it has 20 MOA worth of adjustments built into it. So if you do a lot of long range shooting, those 20 MOA adjustments built into this rail will come in very handy. So if you want a lightweight barrel, such as this carbon fiber barrel that's on this Volquartsen now, or a match barrel, or just a plain Jane barrel, it will fit on this Summit. I have a really nice Victor company stock on the Volquartsen Summit. If you've ever used one of these stocks, you know how extremely well built they are. There's even one little set screw. If your receiver doesn't marry up just perfect with the stock, you can actually put a set screw to take out all the wobble, which will later on affect your accuracy if you have any kind of wobble in your receiver whatsoever. You can also put this little cheek riser on there. I put it on there just because I wanted to get a little bit more height. And I have been 100% pleased with this stock on the Volquartsen Summit. The glass that I'm using is the Leupold VX3. This is the 6x5x20, and it is considered a target scope. It has very fine crosshairs, so anytime that I do any kind of precision shooting with the rifle, I like to have a real fine crosshair or a real fine duplex. On the front here, I have an Atlas bipod. I've never used an Atlas bipod before, but Brownells was nice enough to send this to me and for me to try out. And let me tell you, that is one rugged bipod. There's a lot of adjustments, and if you've ever used one, they are rock solid. So it really will help you in your shooting, whether it's shooting short range or long range. And inside of here, we also have the Volquartsen trigger. It's no secret that I love Volquartsen triggers. I have a bunch of them. Probably all my Ruger 1022s and Mark series of pistols have some form of Volquartsen trigger in them. But this trigger breaks extremely clean, 2.5 to 3 pounds. And if you do any kind of precision shooting, especially on a setup like this, you need a really good trigger that breaks very clean. The safety is just like you would find on a Ruger 1022. If it's on the right hand side, you push it in, it's fire. Push it in from the left hand side, the firearm is on safe. The carbon fiber barrel on this rifle makes this setup extremely light. So if you have this firearm, on a day pack or just out plinking in the yard, or you're gonna be up and down hills and hollows and you want a light setup chasing those bushy tails, the carbon fiber barrel will serve you well. Now, I do have a suppressor on the end of here. That's for my silencer called Sparrow. But one of the benefits of having this kind of design instead of having a semi-automatic 1022 is simply this. You get the bolt action accuracy, but not only that, if you're shooting it suppressed like I will be today, you don't hear the action cycling. That's what is so loud on a Ruger 1022 when you shoot it with the suppressor. You hear that action. But with this design, since you're only firing one projectile at a time and it doesn't auto reset and you have to manually, you know, put another round in there, it's extremely quiet, just like a bolt action would be and just like a lever action. Enough talking about it. I've got some targets set up downrange at 50 yards. Let's do some shooting. Now that I went over a few of the details on the Volquartsen Summit, I've got a target downrange. I've got another camera on that target. Let's just see what a 5-shot group will look like. And we'll be shooting some Federal Gold Medal Ultra Match. And let's just see what a 5-shot group at 50 yards can do. And we are going for groups here, not bullseye. All right, that's a pretty good little group. Looks about maybe a 1/2 inch. Let me retrieve the target real quick and we'll see what I did. I retrieved my target downrange. There you go, 5 shots. That's not too bad. I'm just curious if I can do a little bit better. It's about a 1/2 inch. I think it may do a little bit better than that. Let's just try. Got a new target downrange. It's hard to see through glasses and an optic. That was looking good till probably that last shot. I shot a little high, but still that's probably about a 3/4 inch group. Let me put up one more target and give it another shot. All right, here was my first group. Here was my second group at 50 yards. That's no bueno. That's telling me it's me. I'm not settled down good on it. I've got one more target down there. Think I can do a little bit better than both of those. So here we go. That's much more better good. That is just a jagged hole at 50 yards. All right, let's see what this rifle is capable of doing at 100 yards. I retrieved my target downrange, that last 5-shot group, and there you go. That is pretty impressive. That's about a 1/4 inch group at 50 yards. Now I've got some targets set up downrange at 100 yards. I'm gonna be using the same Federal Gold Medal Ultra Batch, and let's see what kind of grouping I can do at 100 yards with this Volquartsen Summit. That's not bad. That's about 1.25 inch group at 100 yards. Looks like from this perspective anyways, maybe 1.5 inches, but I think it's closer to about 1.25 inches. I retrieved my target downrange at 100 yards, but bam, there it is. That is about 1.1 1/8, maybe 1.25 inches. I will get some B-roll of exactly how big this group is or how small this group is, but that's pretty good. That's definitely minute of squirrel at 100 yards. The rifle will shoot. The rifle will flat out shoot. Now you got to remember, this is a target barrel, carbon fiber barrel in here, and not a match barrel. I guarantee you with a match barrel, you will get a lot, well, I don't know, I can't say a lot, you will get better accuracy. But I've had it for several months now. I've enjoyed shooting it, and it's just cool to have a push-pull design on a Ruger 1022 platform. Guys, if you have any questions, you can go over to my Facebook, Instagram, or leave them in the comments below here on YouTube. Until next time, y'all be safe and keep linking.